guys, welcome to Teachers Timeout. It's another exciting episode, but it seems it's going to be very emotional today. So if you're a teacher or parent, you are in the right space. Please stay glued to your screen. I am Ivy Adelovia, and it is Ivy Adelovia on all social media platforms. Here with me today on this emotional episode, I have three beautiful, amazing educators. Hi, Miss Praise. Let's get to meet you.
Hello, my name is Praise Ukachiko. I'm an educator and a therapist. I am mainly on humanities. So my social media handle is Praise0147 at Instagram. It's nice to be here.
Also nice to have you here. Thank you. Miss Sarah, let's get to meet you, please.
Hello, my name is Miss Sarah Joseph, and I'm science inclined. I take sciences for external examination classes for basics, GS3 and SS3. And I'm also the face behind the pattern teacher. So there.
Pattern teachers. We're glad to have you here, Miss Sarah.
Thank you.
The lady in blue, let me get to meet you, ma'am.
Okay, hi once more. I'm excited to be here. My name is Andel Josephine, and I call myself the all-weather teacher. The all-weather teacher because I basically teach age 2 down to age 10. That's from the nursery down to upper primary. And I'm also a linguist. I specialize on English and French, but basically English teaching presently.
We're glad to have you here, ma'am. Okay. So, like I said, I think it's going to be emotional in here. All right. So, the topic is the moment teaching broke me. As teachers, Miss Sarah, Miss Praise, Mrs. Josephine, have there been any moment in your teaching journey that you completely that broke you emotionally, physically, or mentally? Have you had any like that in this journey of yours?
Thank you very much for that question. Now, if I may proceed, I actually feel that I've had those moments
Okay.
several times, but I think what kept me on the job is just a love for the job.
Okay.
I remember when I was actually working in a particular school, the place was so toxic, Like you would never get anything right. And I was multitasking, like I was practically everywhere. At that point I was teaching culture and creative arts, year 7 to 9. I was teaching year 2, about 10 subjects in the class.
Wow.
I was the coordinator for art and drama. I was the MC because I actually coordinate events and all of that, manage events. I was the head of events and planning.
Wow.
But they would still fight. Oh my goodness, they either need to prep roster and all of that. Jack of all trades, master of none. But I was just managing, and at that point, I've actually worked in that school for like 2 years, no increments of salaries. I was pained. At a particular time, I told myself, I don't want to teach again. Like, I don't want to work here again. I don't want to teach, like, because what am I doing? There was a certain time my mom would just want to pull my legs, and she would tell me, my nickname is Spin, so she'll be like, now this thing you want use get buy motor. I'll just tell her that small. Do you understand? But then I have to tell myself because I'm like, true. Is this what you want to use and buy motor? The pay is not enough. No respect from the management. They are not even seeing your efforts. They are not commending it. They just want to keep adding. Do you understand? They keep adding tasks. It broke me because I looked at my results. If it's a qualification, I have the qualifications. You understand? I have my TLCM. But then, the pay was not coming in the way I wanted. And I was just there. It was like I was not making any progress. Imagine having to be on a salary, the same payroll for like 2 years, and you are just there. Then you see your mates that, okay, in your head, oh, I should earn what this person's earning. And then, at that point, I just told myself, another occupation it is.
So yeah. Did you reach the point where you consider quitting? Like you're going to quit totally?
Yes, I actually did because In school, I studied guidance and counseling.
Okay.
So I'm into the whole therapy and counseling thing. Even when I served in a guidance and counseling department. But I feel not gonna lie, teaching is quite easy to get. I'm not saying it's just a random job that anybody can hop on. I actually have the qualification. I graduated from the Faculty of Education. So I have the qualification to actually be an educator. But I wanted to really practice guidance and counseling. But I didn't see that coming. So I was just doing it low key. But I got into the teaching profession. So at the point, I actually told myself, are you sure you will not just leave this teaching for people that have it and focus on counseling? Because if I were to be paid as a therapist, I would be paid better than an educator, depending on the school. And I'll actually have it in my time. In school, my call-up time is 7:30. I close by 4. You don't expect me to leave my house by 7:30. I leave my house on or before 6:20. I'm already trying to jump on vehicles to get to school and all of that. By 4, you are closing from home. That's if you do not have additional tax.
Yeah.
Yes, and then they'll sit down. Before you get home, 5, 6, you are with therapist. Excuse me, what time is your appointment? All right. 30 minutes. Hello, thank you very much for coming. We are done with the session. And I have my time. So I thought about it. But then again, like I said, the love for the job, I think that love just kept me.
Just kept you right.
Yeah.
So this story you just told us, how did it affect your personal life?
It affected me because I would say emotionally, I would be crying. There was a particular colleague of mine. I'm this vibrant person. So even when I have issues, like it's very difficult for you to know.
Notice.
So, but the moment one of my colleagues took me seriously was when I came to school that morning. Like we just resumed that time. I was telling God during the holiday, I don't want to resume it. But God has already put me in this army that I'm not aware of. The Lord's army. I resumed. So, but I was angry. I know that first week is unit teachers training and all of that. I came to work that day. I just came out. Oh, I cried. I was crying. The lady saw me. That's when she knew that. Oh no, Miss Praise is gone.
It had to be like this.
Even when people see me like this very strong person. One point when I went home, I was telling her, I am not doing it again. She wanted to motivate me. The motivation was not going.
When you
When I started crying, when I started crying, my mommy knew that. At that point, she just told me, "Oh God, you'll find out that's it." So yes, it's affected. If you see me, I macheted. I said, macheting. I was eating, but the food was what I was thinking.
Yeah, you're
I was asking myself,
brain.
what kind of life am I living like this? So it's affected me physically, affected me emotionally, but I would always smile.
Yeah.
But deep down, I know that all these things, fake life, it not go to anywhere. So yes, it affected me physically, emotionally. Like I felt I was not stable,
Yeah.
but I was still managing because nobody wants to know how you're doing it. Yes, I cannot be crying at all. They will just say that is a lackadaisical attitude. They will tell me I'm not professional. That's the word. You're not professional. They will tell you that is a personal issue. But they don't want to know that it is the issue resulted from the job.
Yes.
So yeah.
Oh wow.
You need to show that's very,
Very emotional.
It's fine, my shoulders. Sorry.
Alright. Miss Sarah, let's get your story.
Oh. This story is already getting my story.
Collabo.
These stories.
This
fine.
Okay, for me personally, I don't know the everything about teaching has been like a wonderful thing for me.
Okay,
Like it was like I would say like a revelation that I was going to be a teacher, and so I made up my mind to say nobody's going to pay me the money I really want.
Oh wow.
So everybody that I'm working with will pay me what they feel is right, not what I really deserve. So I felt what is driving me at this job that I do is that it's a calling for me. And what sometimes I feel what pays me is that when I see a child that was struggling with certain subjects and under my own teaching,
Yeah.
that child did it right. I go home happy. I post it on my social media handles. I tell it to my friends. You can be having a conversation with me and I'll say, do you know that a child in my class that is writing? And it's so okay for me. So I felt the school, I don't even put my hope on them. So I know they cannot pay me. Because for my undergraduate, I did education. I did biology education. For my master's, I did educational leadership and management. I have TRC, I have the teaching license. So I know that a school would not pay me what I really earn. Now, one of the moments that actually broke me was, this one will be money, pass money. We did exams, and I was marking the scripts.
Okay.
Oh my God. There were 14 in number, and I was on number 10, and these children were failing. Oh!
Oh yeah, first.
Oh!
Crumbles.
I was marking, and there was no one that has impressed me. I was sitting that way I was, and it was as if the tears, somebody poured a cup of water in my eye, and it was coming out one. Like
What did I not get?
I left what I was marking, and I was thinking, I started recalling every class I attended. I was like, what happened? Is it that this person, even though exceptional child did not do as expected, I did not mark and say 40 over 70 as a pass mark for me. If you must pass my subject, it must be 60. That is how I mark. So I started marking, I saw 35, I saw, to other people it might not be a failure, but to me, I was beeping. And I started thinking, what might have been the problem? What went wrong? Is it that I could not pass the knowledge? Is it that this teaching is not my calling? So what have I been doing in the class? Do I just dress up and do fine girl and go to... All these things were coming to my head, I could not hold it. It was as if the class was the space I was marking was empty, and I was sinking inside that room. I was marking without anything to show for it, and it broke me. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know who to tell it to. At a point, I just laid on the table and I said, God, this life that you've put in my hands, am I failing you? Because I know this thing. I know this thing. I know that this teaching something, I would say personally, I say to my friend, and God called me to this teaching thing. So why am I teaching and these children are failing? There's something that has gone wrong. And it's gave me a different orientation about teaching. I started doing things differently. I started knowing that I would attend so many sessions to do classroom management, to do proper teaching. Aside the certificate, I left that one.
Self-development.
I went on Allison. I did so many courses on Allison. And aside teaching in school, I also teach teenagers in the church. So all around, if you see me, I'm teaching. I teach in church, I teach in school, I teach wherever you see me, I am teaching. So I started doing so many things. I started doing different courses too. You'd see me on my phone, you think I'm doing a course on Allison. Because I was saying, where did I get it wrong? And that was like an eye-opener for me. That day, I knew what teaching really meant. It was not just passing knowledge as usual, business as usual. It was, I also felt the pain of bearing the burden of failure as well as success. So that was where the new vision for my teaching ministry now.
Okay, that's the past and teaching.
Yes, the new vision for my teaching ministry came out, and I said, oh,
It motivated you to.
it motivated me to say, if these children are failing, I know the problem is from me. So if children fail in class, sometimes it's not even the child.
Blame on you and not on them.
On them, yes. I felt all the blame. And I said, oh, I need to share this with a lot of teachers. They might be saying I'm doing something differently. And a lot of them might say, I do not care because the pay is not. I want to come from that point to say that it's not about the pay. My joy comes from when a child says, Miss Sarah, you have done well.
Well, thank you for
There
me.
was a day a parent came to my class and said, Miss Sarah, since you came to this class, my child writes well. That day, was it the food I brought? I did not eat it. I didn't do anything. I put it on all my social media handles. I said, I will snap the girls' notes before and after that I came. And the whole world, in quote, had me that day. For a parent to come and say my child's handwriting changed, that's like my joy. So for me, going through that trauma, it was really traumatic for me. How would I teach and a child fails?
But then it worked for good. Like the Bible said, all things work together. Right?
Exactly, and it was an eye-opening for me. I started to say, okay, teachers need to come to this slide that, what am I doing differently? What am I not getting? Do I take this teaching profession from a point of salary is not working? Because I know even if I talk from now till next year, salary will not work.
Exactly.
So now it is either I give my all and find something else to do collabo. So I decided to say, okay, I will do collabo. I'm not just a teacher. I do other businesses to, so make me happy. So for this teacher, I will leave on one side. It's my passion now that comes up. And it was really an eye-opener, but it was traumatic at first.
How did you manage that trauma?
I went back. I had to tell the management that this one will work.
Did they query you?
Recognizing the kind of teacher that I am and the kind of impact I bring to the school environment, they did not query me. My HM had a talk with me, and she came from the point of, is there something bothering you? Is there another thing that, in fact, my principal called me and said, Miss Sarah, I know this is not the kind of person you are. Is there something else? Are you passing through emotional challenges? Are you going through stress? Is there a man picture that is making this? And all those things. But I was able to stop breakfast. Real breakfast don't enter now. So, but while we're conversing, I didn't just know what happened, but I knew that the flow of knowledge, it didn't come well. So there are times where I allowed anger to, teach that day. And there was nothing that was gained, so I explained this to her, a colleague base and also like a personal base to her. And she said, okay, there's no problem. If you want them to come, you talk to the parents. And God's so kind, I'm very, very free to my parents. And they understand this is Miss Sarah. We know what she can do and what she will not do. There was a good one and it was done again. And to God be the glory.
Wow.
Everything went well.
That was deep. Very deep. Mrs. Josephine, what's your story of brokenness as a teacher?
Well, I've experienced a lot, but I'll just recount the one that happened recently. Like I told you, I'm an all-weather teacher. Like anywhere you put me, I'll be able to cope. So it happens last session. From grade 5, I was a grade 5 teacher. I was now taken down to nursery 2.
Grade 5?
Yes.
To nursery 2?
Nursery 2, to be a nursery 2 teacher. So, which I didn't find it challenging because I felt it's my field. I can handle it.
So you didn't feel...
No.
You didn't feel it?
No, I was happy at the moment. No.
Okay.
I didn't call it demotion. It's not because the environment, the school where I am presently, they can take you from grade 6 to go and handle reception class.
Okay, so it's already
So that is why even in that school they prefer hiring NCE teachers. Do you get it?
I get
We have degree holders, we have masters and all that, but because they believe these NCE educators can handle both, all round. So I was in this class. We're doing well. I had a good assistant because she had been in that nursery section for a while. I'm in that school for 6 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, so that last year was my 5th year. So she has been a nursery assistant. So she has the knowledge and she has the experience of. So I was just basically the teacher and all that. So it was going well until a teacher resigned from reception class and she was assigned to go and handle that class until they get a teacher there.
You were left alone.
So they brought, before they would bring the assistant teacher, I think I was left alone for 3 weeks. Okay, so the task became a bit challenging, but I was trying to see how I can cope within those. So, in the class, you have runners, you have walkers, and you have crawlers. So these crawlers, basically, I was handling them while that assistant was there. I was really working with them. Then there's this boy. I really like that boy. As in, he hardly talk. And you can see the willingness of learning. But because he was not given this basic foundation, he doesn't have that. Just like we said, some teachers are there to work for the money. Yes, we are there to work for the money. But I used to say this teaching I am into is a passion for me. Yeah. So I see it as a passion. That's why if I'm doing whatever I'm doing, I don't even look at the bag. I don't look at whether I will be I'll be getting something, but I work. I just work, and sometimes I put myself, okay, if this were to be my child, that's how I used to do it. So this boy cannot write, and this is nursery 2, graduating to primary 1. I said, what will I do? So I had to put a call. No, I first met my head teacher. I said, my head teacher now said, they noticed this challenge right from reception 2. And I said, ma, then what has been done? He said, the teachers will keep telling them that they are handling it. But this boy cannot write. And in that nursery 2, we are doing like 17 subjects. And they write. Most of these children are writing. So I have these crawlers, like 5 or 7 of them that I'm handling, that even after lesson, after the class teaching, we have to handle them. We have to be writing, or you guide them to write, even when their parents come to pick them. We did that first time. When the parents come, we'll say, okay, go. Then my assistant will write using red pen to write. But second time, I say, no, let's allow these children to start writing by themselves. If it means the parents staying behind, which the head teacher was notified of. So on this particular day, when my assistant was given, we had time. We had a hard time getting like to collaborate and work like with the former one. Do you understand? So whenever I give her any assignment, it seems as if I'm pushing her. So I decided to like focus on this boy. So I had to call the mother of this boy. There's what we call pen grip.
Yeah.
So I told her that this is a child, when he's writing, he holds pen like this. And this is nursery 2. So I had to tell her, please get us a hand grip. The woman said they asked for it in nursery 1 and she got it for them. I said, please get me. So she got like 2. And even with the hand grip, he will have to take his time. But if you see his handwriting, are you getting me? If you see his handwriting. So to meet up with time, to cut the long story short, to meet up with time, most time, and he follows school bus. So most time I will tell the, okay, even if he has written like 2 lines, collect the books for us, we'll copy it. I thought I was doing a good job. I thought I was doing my best. Then we had a PTA meeting. This parent of the child stood up that he had an issue. What is your issue, sir? Yes, the father of the child. What is your issue, sir? He said, my child is in this class. So he noticed that during CA, he wanted to do revision with the man is a banker. So he hardly had time. It's the mother that is always with the children. So I felt maybe he was on leave this time around. So he said, let him do revision with the child. I now noticed that all my child's books are the teachers writing. And you know how parents exaggerate. Parents now like, whoa, Lord of Jesus.
Oh my God.
So I already know it's my parents.
Yeah.
Are you getting it?
And
So he was disappointed. How can a teacher that is being paid to put this child across, and this child will soon be in primary 1? Is it that your wife have not told you about the challenges of your child? That is where
my emotion now started coming in.
You felt bad.
No, I burst cry right there and then.
So you just broke down immediately.
I could not help it. Because I was the only one that knew what I was passing
The sacrifice.
with this boy. So I broke into tears. To the extent the parent had to take me to one class. The parent was just consoling me. He was like, Miss Josephine, I knew you. I have known you for a long time. Please don't do this. I couldn't help it. I cried for like 30 minutes. I think it gave me a different perspective to teaching. I was like, no, I'm not coming back. Throughout that weekend, I was dull.
Very painful.
I was dull. It was my assistant that had to put a call across to the mother because the mother was heavy. She couldn't come for that PTA meeting. So this woman had to come to school on Tuesday. She came that she would like to see me. We went to the head teacher's office. She was like pleading that, please, this and that. And I was just looking. I said, do you know I'm scared of going near your child now? That was the truth. I'm scared because from what that parent was saying, I had damaged that boy.
Yeah.
Are you getting me? Me trying to help out, I have now damaged
Yeah.
that. So it broke me. And it took me a long time for me to come back truly to God. That period, even while I was in school, I don't think I was really giving in my best. So just like Miss Sarah said, I had to go online. I started following all this how to be a good teacher, how to manage yourself, how to manage students. It was emotional dying for me. At a point I'm telling you that for my almost 12, 13 years of teaching, I think last session was the worst for me.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Yes, that was how bad.
That felt like despite all the experiences,
I was like, have I been doing where did I go wrong? So I had to go down, start talking to myself, and there's something I would like, if schools will help, this guidance and counseling of a thing is very good. Not just for students, but for teachers. They need it. Teachers need it.
yeah.
Are you getting me? Because I had a former health teacher that would tell me that, okay, no matter the kind of problem you're going through, keep it at the gate and go to school and work. But truly, we are human.
We are humans.
So there are some things you can't do with. So it took me time, it took me prayers, it took me focus to come back. And as God will have it, the last session I was taken to grade 2. It has been a wonderful experience. So it made me to love teaching more and more again. So it was a wonderful experience. Let me get expert. But God helped me, I came back, and I love teaching. And I'll keep loving teaching. So I thought that's my experience, yes.
I had goosebumps when you were talking. I can't.
Yeah.
You think yours is like the wildest thing?
Basically, I actually feel that changing teachers too has a way of messing with their emotions.
Yes.
I have had that experience on 2 different occasions. There was a particular time I've worked with special needs.
Okay.
So I was working with a child that had he was having ADHD.
Oh.
And he was at first when I started working with this child, the mom was like, no, she didn't want me, that she wanted the former teacher. They had to explain that this person was actually serving, but they just employed me. So I'm like, it's better if I work with a child. So, but maybe I wouldn't blame the parents because I felt she didn't know what I was going to do.
Yes.
So, but this was going to be in my place to now make her understand that I am a teacher with my own ears.
Yeah.
I would make an impact. So I started working with this child. The child started improving, it was now making sense. And for me, that was the first time I was actually working with children with special needs. I have the foundation because, like I said, I did education. So we did these courses.
Yes.
On a fateful morning, I came to school. We're having our dress rehearsals, and I was with my child. All of a sudden, a child just ran and was going to get on the stage, and they had to hold the child back. And just for my coordinator to now call me and say, Miss Grace, you'll be working with this child now. Eh? At first, my brain, everything reset, default setting. In my head, I'm like, blood of Jesus, blood of Jesus. I'm like, I don't understand. Ma, but she said, leave that one. That one now can be independent. I want you to work on this child. This particular child you want me to work on has ADHD, has autism. Wow. She has autism. She's very intelligent. But in my head, I'm like, oh, be Jesus. What do you want me to do? That day, I'm not even going to lie. At first, I was destabilized because the parents I was actually working with that child, she is also like a staff in the school. So when she heard that Miss Praise had been taken away from her son, she went to my boss. She was like, no, she don't want this. Miss Praise back. They were now trying to make her understand that, no, calm down. Miss Praise has worked with your child. We want to see if your child can be independent. You know all these bosses, they will just have a way to make
Yes.
On my way home that day, I told myself, I'm not coming back to this place because if I work with this child, in my head, I was like, oh, they would notice my errors very fast. Because this child, she had ADHD, she had autism, and she had dysgraphia. In my head, I said, wow, that is that aside. I worked in a school. I was teaching year 5 alongside teaching CCA. I prepared the children for their common entrance. Everything was good. We finished. The next session, we had a new head of school. He didn't ask questions. He just came in. Maybe they must have told him, oh, Miss Praise is very productive, very effective. I just saw roster.
Very capable.
Year 2. When I didn't even understand. You know, that thing has a way of resetting us because as a teacher, if you have taught a class before, it is assumed I'm this kind of person. I will prepare my lesson plan, my lesson notes is intact, my instructional materials. I'm that kind of person. I'm not someone that maybe when ERC or this DQA come, you will find me wanting. The moment you come in, I have my laptop. I'm showing you everything you want. Right now, my laptop, I have all the sections, like everything on ground. So now taking me from year 5 to year 2 means I have to work on everything again.
Fresh.
When they told me I was going to year 2, at first I told them, when I actually came to that school, I was employed as a CCA teacher. I used to teach secondary session. That is year 7 to 9. And then when I came in, they said, there is no way you can come as just a subject teacher. You will have to work as a form teacher in one of our classes. I said, okay. What class? They said year 5. I'm like, okay. Before I came to that school, one time in 2019, I actually worked in a school and I was a year 5 form teacher. So I was like, okay, I have the knowledge. I'm good. I will do it. And now you are taking me to year 2.
Year 2.
That's panicking. I told myself, at that point, I'm not even going to lie. That night, Indeed Jobs, I was already on their side. I was already applying for another job because I said, one day they will carry me to early years. I will just start singing, apple. So I feel changing teachers, it has a way of destabilizing us because it's like you're doing your work all over again.
I can relate with that. Wow. Okay, now looking back now, we've shared moments. I heard from Miss Sarah, Miss Grace, Mrs. Josephine. We've shared moments. Well, let's look. But looking back now, what would you have done differently to avoid that burnout, those breakdown, like in your case? What would you have done differently?
Okay, for me personally, I thought
To avoid that breakdown.
if I noticed earlier that these children were not coping, the pupils in my class were not coping, I think I should have done what I did after earlier. You know, there are signs for everything.
Yeah.
Everything that happens gives you signs. There might be times when I ask a question in class and then, what's the answer to this? And that child is answering me shabbily or answering me at a point as if I did not teach that thing that I'm asking. I should have known from that time that, Sarah, you need to retrace your steps. I think you are not giving these children what they actually want. But I allowed it go. I allowed it to be passive. I allowed it to say, I know that I'm teaching. But that's not the case. I know I'm teaching does not work when you're teaching children. I know I'm teaching and I know they are getting it. It's a two-way thing. We'll use it to collabo again. It's collabo. Yes. So I know that I know that I am teaching, and I also should be able to tell that they are getting.
They are getting.
So if I am doing it and they are not getting, I think before we get to that point where I had to be, because it was a moment for me, like the place was filled, people were, but I was feeling sinking in a hollow place because I was marking, there was nobody meeting up the standard that I expected them to meet up. So if I had done it differently, if I had seen, if I had known that, these ones are not getting, I'd have done something different. I'd have re-strategized. I believe that when I teach a child something, it is better for me to dwell on that thing for them to learn than for me to complete the scheme and they have not gotten anything.
Any knowledge.
Nothing has been passed, so I haven't done a good job. So if I dwell on the part that, okay, those ones need to learn this thing, I think there will be no time for crying and wallowing in and sadness.
Okay. Mrs. Josephine, looking back at the story you gave us goosebumps.
And tears.
And tears.
And tears.
So, looking back, do you think there's something you would have done differently to
Honestly,
avoid that kind of
honestly,
situation?
I have checked, and I don't think,
Different.
because to start with, when I noticed the boys lapse, the voice lapses, I informed my head, which is the main thing to
The
do.
main thing to do.
And then secondly, I involved the parents.
Parents, yeah.
Exactly.
Get me something that will put this boy through.
True.
Which is something that I think
good
I
teacher
have
should
done.
do.
So I don't know, but emotionally, I think I would have
Okay.
owed myself.
Well, you're humans, right?
Yes.
You're humans.
Yes, I think now that I'm thinking about it, I would have done better than not breaking down.
Public.
Are we getting it? So, but like we said, we are humans.
Yeah.
So there are some things, but I felt emotionally and personally, I think I would have held myself better. Are we getting it? But in terms of like the teaching delivery
You did.
or to getting the boy doing the right thing, I did my best. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Miss Praise.
Okay. So personally, I feel what I would have done better. I shouldn't have waited till I got broken before I decided to leave the school. Now, it's not just about condemning the occupation as a whole. It's about understanding that every workplace has their own issues. Now, one thing about teaching is the fear of jumping from the frying pan to fire. That is why you will not say, oh, let me just manage. Like my mom will always tell me, there is wish everywhere. But then, the truth is, that fear of the unknown is what is killing us.
Yes, that's true.
The moment I left that school, I
of the
found peace. Oh, peace be still.
I know.
And in my head, I'm like, so you were here 2 years because you were scared that,
Want a job?
what am I saying? Where I was, the new place I went to, they paid me twice the salary I was earning in that place.
Fear of the
About
Yeah.
the toxicness, like the toxicity of the previous place where I'm working, like they just pour you cold water. And in my head, when they start acting their dramas, in my head, I'm like, you don't know where I'm coming from. Do you understand? So one thing and like I said, I was into this counseling thing, and I was so pained because these are suggestions or counselings I would give to people, but I was not taking it. It broke me. At the point I told myself, so you had to wait till you got broken before you decided to say, pack your load and leave. And the funny thing, when I decided to now leave, that time, when I decided to leave, I actually got the job somewhere else. And then I told my HOS, I'm like, sir, I'm leaving. At that point, they were still giving me work. Decorate the school for welcoming of the learners. Do this. In my head, I'm just laughing. I'm like, decorate what? Sir, I am about to leave this place. I told him, I said, sir, I have gotten somewhere else and I would like to leave. And he said, are you sure you want to go? How how much are they paying you there? Let me see if I can talk to the owner of the school. We can add it. You know, you're a very valued member. I have been in that school for 2 years. You've not told me I'm a valid member. Today that I want to leave, I'm not a valid member.
Always like
In my head, I was like, even if you make me the next of kin to this school, I will still leave. Even if you make me the next of kin, I will still leave. So I see what I would have done differently is the moment I stayed, I kept holding on to what was not there.
Yeah.
I was talking about salary, but they will say, at a point, they even said, I will let the cat out of the bag. There is something coming. I stayed for 2 years. Nothing was coming. Nothing.
The cat was
In fact, they
hiding.
even had more reasons to take out from the salary. One time, they said they wanted to take for electricity.
wow.
They were taking electricity. They were taking tax. Any small bagam, you will just hear your salary has gone. And I was even earning up to 70,000 naira. So my take home was very, very annoying. So at that point, I told myself, praise. You know, if you go out there, you would get better. With the economy, you would get better. What I would have done differently was the moment I realized that I could not stay, I would have just left. But I allowed it. It's affected me emotionally. I wouldn't even like, you know, there was a time I was teaching in class. I started crying. So in my head, I'm like, if I turn and these children see me crying,
you crying.
what would they ask me? Well, Miss Praise, what is wrong? How will I explain to you what is wrong? And they will go, and it's not your fault. Do you understand? So what I would have done differently was actually, the moment I knew I could not stay, I would have gone.
left.
I shouldn't have waited to see what the future holds. No, I'll look for the future in another place. Do you understand? So yes.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
It's really an eye opener. You don't wait to
Don't
get
wait.
consumed by.
Don't wait till don't wait till you spout.
Yes.
The moment you sense it, you know, I don't want anybody seeing it as this point of view that educators do not know how to be patient and how to hold on. No, that's not it. Understand the moment you have to leave. I want to digress a little. You know the moment when they would be advising a woman that is going through domestic violence at home, they will not say just wait. Just wait.
Be praying for me.
My sister, you would wait and you will see your creator. Just during your time of waiting, and you will die. So the thing is, don't wait. The moment you notice you cannot hold it anymore in this educational profession, the truth is there are people out there that will treat you better.
That's true.
Oh my God.
They will treat you better. They will value you. I have been in that school. I will see how they will accept new intake. And I know what I'm giving is more than what that person is bringing to the table.
Yes.
But because, you know, see, finish now. They say the priest is not recognized in his head.
Yes.
Now I will go to another home
Where you be
where
recognized.
they will recognize me.
Yes, I have a friend here that said something similar. He said he walked up to his boss and said, I'm undervalued in this your academy, and he left. He dropped his resignation. It was when he was now going that the person would not say, this person is a king here before.
Yes.
And he had already, he said he told them face to face, I am undervalued in your organization. I know a lot of things that I can do. I could do that you will pay people to do it for you. You will value them. You will tell them, yes, sir, yes, ma. But because I have the understanding I can do it, he still collects my service. He still insults me. I don't think I can take this.
This is powerful. Yes, power. We are rounding up. Power, right? Power, emotional, put together. Okay, before we round up, I want us to look at this. I want to hear from you how these experiences that you've shared, how has it affected the way you show up now in class and in your profession generally? Let's start with you, Mrs. Justin. How does it affect you now?
Okay. You think, you mean in a positive way?
And yeah, like has it improved? Just tell us how.
Yes.
Has it
Yes,
helped you?
definitely. It has made me to be strong,
Okay.
to be firm. Like I told you, I had to start watching some inspiration, educational inspiration from YouTube and all that. I think there was before my last phone got damaged, there was this particular this thing I was following. So I was looking for the link. I couldn't find it again. It really, really helped me a lot last year. And it made me stronger and it made me know my worth. Okay.
Wow, know your words. I like that.
Because I know how to handle parents better. That's the truth. Yes, I might be working under someone, but let me know myself, my worth. Let me know, let also the parents know that these people didn't just employ me. It's my certificate that gave me this job. That puts me under your child's care. So it makes me more stronger and it makes me more confident of myself. That's the truth. I'm more confident now.
Self-worth underlined.
Yes.
Strong.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, it has affected me positively.
Amazing. Miss Sarah, let's hear it from you.
Okay, personally for me, it has really improved me because I learned a lot. I got certified in some places that I thought I was not going to be able to.
Probably would have not done. You didn't see the not experience.
Yes, yes.
I got better. I got more pronounced at the profession.
Yes.
Wow, yeah,
I-
pronounced.
Yes, and then I do things with a different touch.
No.
Yes, I do things with a different touch, and whenever I time to speak with a fellow teacher, there is something that person is getting to change their teaching, the kind of teaching. So it has made me an outside person. I'm not keeping it to myself. I'm now sharing that thing.
You're shining your light.
Yes,
Let the light
yes,
shine.
was. So sharing that thing that has cost me my very own downfall to the world that people will see. And of course, and I am now very passionate at what I do. I prepare so well for lessons that whenever I come to class to teach, in fact, when I'm done, I'll be like,
Do yourself.
Well done. Spirit, let's hear you.
Okay, so I would say it gave me exposure. Yes, so when I had to leave that place, I got to a better place. So it's brought me out there, and where I actually went to work was even like a British school. So it's redefined me.
Redefine. Oh, you guys are just giving me words. Words. Self-worth.
Where I went to work now, in fact, they even brought a diction teacher to refine our language. We speak like people that
Oh.
I think it's also interesting. Okay, right from time, because I'm into all these events and all of that, so I like to speak well and all of that.
Yes.
So even when I came to this new school, the head of school I like how you speak. My mind is say, so yes. So he did that to me. At a point, recently my coordinator had to do this teacher's check, went around to check. And when she came to my class and I was teaching, and she called me, she was like, let me see a lesson plan. The moment she did, she was like, in my head, I see someone to hold his head. It's about to bust. So I feel I get better.
Yeah.
I feel that's why I'm serious with this onion.
you slice it in.
My onion is onion.
Okay, it's onion.
So at this point, my coordinator knows. And you know what? Something else he taught me was that's know your worth.
Your self-worth.
Where I place myself now?
Yes.
On the throne.
Spreading. I'm just there. I'm still delivering. I'm delivering. Do you understand? Because you're paying me to do that.
Yeah.
And I love the job. But I understand that the moment I sense any disrespect on my profession, you didn't pay my school fees to go to school. My profession. Do you understand? The moment I sense that, you are not understanding the value I bring. Recently, they had to give me one extra workload and all of that. That moment, I told my coordinator, Ma, there are so many jobs in Warimpa. See, today she threatens me. She will just laugh. She's like, Miss Prince said there's so many jobs in Warimpa. I say yes. If you decide today that you don't want to understand the value I bring, do we even bring load to school? No. You just go with your bag. You submit all your diaries and all of that. And off you go.
Yes.
So I actually understood my self-worth. I understood that, Praise, you're a better person.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing. I have my certificate.
Yes.
So if you don't understand what I bring to the table, I am the table myself.
High five. That's it.
I am the table. So good. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, the table.
Thank you very
Build that
much.
table.
Yeah.
Wow. My goodness, what an exciting episode.
Actually, I'm not good.
There's three of you.
Teachers with the sense.
Yes, sir.
Different onions. I'm taking that home.
Yes.
Different onions.
Know your onion.
Yes.
Because you are the spice in your profession.
Exactly.
Okay, what an exciting episode, emotional episode put together. We hope you've been able to learn one or two things. If you're a teacher, you need to know your self-worth, know your onion, be confident, and don't make fear of the unknown hold you in a place where you are not valued. This is Teachers Timeout, and this is where we call it a wrap on today's episode. We'd like you to like, share, and follow us on our social media platforms. It's bye for now. Thank you. Bye. All right, Miss Josephine. High five.
An amazing episode.
Yes.